from the National Sport Federation election, which will now take place in the first week of October in Abuja, following revision to the earlier timetable that had scheduled the poll for September. The decision was reached after a lengthy meeting at the National Sport Commission on Tuesday, which concluded that all zonal election will be concluded at the end of September across the various zonas before the general election in the national capital. The NSC emphasized that all elections will be concluded by the commission and not by external party. It should be conducted by the NSC themselves. The revised schedule represents an update to the earlier announcement by the National Sport Commission, which had initially set the 2025 National Sport Federation Board election for September 1st to 15th at the MKO Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. The new timetable provides for a two-stage election process, with zonal elections serving as preliminaries to determine the candidate who will proceed to the national election in Abuja. The process will be supervised by the NSC, with the Nigeria Olympic Committee serving as an independent observer to ensure credibility and transparency. The NSC has stressed that only qualified, credible and passionate individuals will be elected to serve as the NSF board, with strict adherence to outlined procedure and timeline required for the participating stakeholders. From Nigeria, let's take the next flight to Canada and talk about the Canadian Open. Australian Christopher O'Connell struck Greek 23rd seed Stefanos Tsitsipas to advance to the final 32 of the Canadian Open. The 31-year-old from Sydney stormed away in the final set to claim 6-4, 4-6, 6-2 win. O'Connell could be part of an all-Australian round of 32 matchup, as he will either face compatriot Alex de Minaur or 24-year-old Argentine Francesco Camasona. Meanwhile, Australia's Maya Joint pushed 28th seed Matt Cartney to the limit before losing in 3 sets. The 19-year-old also came flying out of the box in Montreal on Wednesday, taking the first set before the American bounced back strongly to claim the next two for a 4-6, 6-4, 6-3 victory. Meanwhile, in the other second round result on Wednesday, 6-time Grand Slam champion Iga Swiatek was all business in a 6-3, 6-1 demolition of China Guanghan Yu. The Polish superstar, seeded second in Montreal, is hot off a record-breaking win in Wimbledon singles final, where she served up 2 donors to America Amanda Anisimova. American third seed and 2-time defending champion Jessica Pegula remained on track for a title hat-trick by beating Maria Sakkari of Greece 7-5, 6-4. 4-time major Naomi Osaka of Japan upset 13th seed Russia Ludmila Samsonova 4-6, 7-6, 6-3 to continue her impressive return to tennis after taking a maternity break. representing the country at the ongoing 2025 FIBA Women Afro Basket Tournament taking place in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. The 35-year-old, who will be taking part in her first major tournament since the FIBA Women Olympic qualifying tournament held in Belgium last year, did not feature in the round-robin phase, where Nigeria recorded a 92-45 win over Rwanda in their opener and a slim 60-55 victory against Mozambique in their second and final group feature. The veteran shooting guard is expected to feature in some capacity when Nigeria takes to the court in today's quarterfinal clash against Cameroon, making a return to competitive action after several months away from the birth of our son in late 2024. Cameroon yesterday, however, defeated Angola by 85-64 points in the qualification match to the quarterfinal to set up the clash with the Nigerian D Tigers in the quarterfinal match scheduled to take place this evening. Nigeria currently ride an impressive 26 games unbeaten streak at the Afro Basket, a dominant run that began with a third place playoff victory over Angola in 2015 edition held in Cameroon. Nigeria will be taking on Cameroon, the Tigers. Hopefully, as I said yesterday, they are hoping to go through the same, to follow what the Super Falcons did right there in Morocco. And hopefully, they will bring the trophy from Ivory Coast in Abidjan. We wish them all the best as they take on the Cameroonians today at the ongoing Afro Basket Tournament. No time to waste time. See Long Sport update on Ekiti FM 91.5 from basketball court to the football pitch. The one we call Run Leather. The Super Eagles B will face the Zanzibar national team today in their second and final friendly game before the commencement of the 2024 CHAN tournament, which will be held in Tanzania, Uganda and Kenya beginning from Saturday. Both sides met in first leg of the encounter on Monday at the Mao Zedong Stadium, with the game ending goalless. Led by national team coach Eric Chell, the Super Eagles B dominated the first leg of the encounter but didn't do enough to break their opponent's defense. Nigeria, the 2018 runners-up, are in Group D of the 19-team tournament alongside cup holders Senegal, Sudan and Congo. Head coach reflected on the team preparation after they arrived in the East African country and believed that their opponents will set them on the right shape for the tournament. Nigeria has never won the tournament, having finished third at the 2014 edition in South Africa before losing the final against host Morocco 4 years later. They qualify after defeating long-time rival Ghana 3-1 on aggregate, and we aim to improve on their best ever finish as runners-up in 2018. The Super Eagles B will play their first two matches at the competition against Senegal and Sudan at the Ahmad Stadium on the island of Zanzibar before taking on Congo at Benjamin Kappa Stadium in Dar es Salaam. Alright, from the Super Eagles Team B camp, let's go to the victorious Super Falcons yesterday as they hit the street of Lagos yesterday. All right, to the transfer stories. It's now a done deal. Victor Osimhen has landed in Istanbul. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has completed long-anticipated switch to Turkish giant Galatasaray in a deal worth 75 million euros, bringing to an end his time at Serie A club Napoli. The 26-year-old forward touched down in Istanbul last night to a rapturous welcome from thousands of Galatasaray fans who trooped to the airport to celebrate his return. Galatasaray confirmed Osimhen's signing via social media posts that included footage of his arrival and image from the airport. The club had earlier teased the announcement and even live streamed the Nigeria international flight to Istanbul, highlighting excitement among supporters. Osimhen previously spent 2024-2025 season on loan at Galatasaray, where his performance convinced the club's management to push for a permanent transfer. The deal with SS Napoli is reported to be structured around an initial 40 million euros payment this summer, with a further 35 million euros in performance-related bonuses, bringing the total package to 75 million euros. Thanks to Galatasaray for rescuing our own Victor Osimhen from the dungeon of Napoli of Italy. Osimhen, who had helped Napoli to a Serie A title in 2023, leaves Italy as one of the most sought after forward in Europe. His move to Galatasaray marked a significant coup for the international Istanbul club as they prepare for a new campaign both domestically and in Europe. You need to see what happened at the Istanbul yesterday. There were a lot of excitement as King Osimhen arrived Istanbul on a permanent deal to Galatasaray. Alright, from Victor Osimhen to another Nigeria who is seeking a move away from one Serie A club, probably to another Serie A club or outside Italy. Who am I talking about? The current African Footballer of the Year and Super Eagles winger Ademola Lookman has told the management of Atalanta Football Club of his intention to leave the club this summer, just as Atalanta CEO confirmed that Inter have submitted a bid for Lookman. Inter reportedly tabled an offer worth 45 million euro for the Nigerian forward, falling short of Atlanta's 50 million valuation. The players' camp has been working behind the scenes to convince Atalanta to sanction the transfer. Fresh report from Italy suggest the Bergamo-based club may be willing to settle for 48 million euros. Lookman joined Atalanta from RB Leipzig in 2022 and was instrumental to Gianpiero Gasperini's Europa League winning side in 2024. However, with interest mounting across Europe, the 27-year-old informed the club of his desire to leave, a stance now confirmed by Chief Executive Luka Parkaski. The 2024 Europa League final hat-trick hero and current African Footballer of the Year winner must now wait to learn his fate as transfer talks between the two Serie A giants continues. Hopefully, Ademola Lookman will be able to secure a move away from Bergamo and probably join the Serie A champion Inter Milan.